Good morning, everybody. For history today, we are going to be continuing our study of the explorers of North America. So today we'll hear about El Dorado. Have you all heard of El Dorado? It's a famed city of gold. Similar to what we had heard about with the Fountain of Youth, El Dorado was a common legend that a lot of people came to America in search of. So that's what we're going to be hearing today. So far, everybody has come thinking that they're going to be searching for gold and treasure, but they have not found what they were looking for. So we'll see if El Dorado ends up getting found in today's chapter. I will present over to our book. It would be wonderful for you to just follow along from there. Let's see. Oh yeah, I need to present my whole screen since I can't pull up a PDF on Google Chrome. There we go. Okay, so chapter 3, the search for El Dorado. Now, a golden city. If you could have traveled with Spanish explorers in the 1500s, you might have heard stories about El Dorado. It was supposed to be a famous city of gold. Now, here are some stories you might have heard about El Dorado. El Dorado is a place of great mystery and magic. It is only found after a very long journey. To get there, you must travel for many months. You must cross rushing rivers. You must climb steep mountains. You must cross deep valleys and deserts. You will see the kingdom for miles before you ever really reach its borders. This is because the whole city glows like it's a second sunrise in the light of day. You will see its silver towers first. Emeralds, rubies, and pearls shine like rainbows on every rooftop. The chief of this wonderful kingdom is magnificent. He is covered in gold dust and wears a jeweled crown. Emeralds fall from his fingertips wherever he goes. Wow. Now, no one who lives in this kingdom is ever thirsty or hungry or sick. No one who lives there has any worries at all. The streets are always filled with dancing and singing. In the fountains in every square, precious stones gently drop into pools of liquid silver. Does this sound real? So, this legend of El Dorado dates back to the arrival of the first Spanish explorers in the Americas. It was passed around among explorers for a long time. When little is known about a land, it's easy to believe all kinds of stories. Very true. When little is known of groups of people, it's also easy to believe anything about them. Now, many explorers called the city of gold El Dorado, but others said that its real name was perhaps Manoa. You say Manoa? Or Quivira, or Cibola. It's maybe one of those. Now, some people said, oh, here's a Native American man showing these Spanish explorers around. It looks like maybe it's the Grand Canyon. Now, explorers searched high and low for El Dorado. Oh, we were in the middle of a sentence, sorry. Some people said there was only one city of gold. Other people insisted that there were 7 golden cities located near each other. They were called the 7 cities of Cibola. Well, the greatest mystery of all was the location of these cities. Indeed, the cities of gold seemed to constantly move. As soon as one area had been explored, and Europeans would decide that the cities must be somewhere else. So they were told, oh, it's this place. They go, they search, it's not there. And then somebody says, well, it's over here. So they go and search, and it's not there. Explorers from all over Europe wanted to believe the legend. Of course, that sounds like the perfect city. It's almost like going to heaven. Now, each explorer wanted to be the one to claim this golden land for himself. They searched from the Amazon rainforests in South America to the plains of Kansas. Wow, so they're going from Amazon rainforests, and they're going all the way to Kansas. So that huge stretch, they've been searching for El Dorado, and the legend has carried throughout that entire region. They surged across the American Southwest. They followed the Rio Grande River and climbed the peaks of the Rocky Mountains. The magnificent landscapes may have inspired them to continue their search, but for all of them, the search ended in disappointment. As you can see here, a rainforest is a thick forest that gets a lot of rain, has lots of tall trees, and a plain is a large area with flat land, no or few trees. Coronado, can he find it? One man who heard stories about the cities of gold was Francisco Vasquez de Coronado. Now, Coronado was a Spanish official in Mexico. He had heard rumors about the 7 cities of Cibola. He wanted to take them for Spain and for himself. Here's Coronado. Says he found Zuni villages instead of cities of gold. Spoiler alert. Now, in 1540, Coronado led an expedition north from Mexico into the American West. He took along with him 300 soldiers, more than 1,000 Native Americans, and huge herds of livestock, animals kept on a farm, probably especially like some cows and pigs. Now, Coronado had what he thought was good information about where the 7 cities of Cibola were located. But his search for gold and treasure ended in the main square of a small Zuni village. Do you guys remember the Zuni Native Americans in the area of Arizona or New Mexico, I think it was? Now, when Coronado arrived, he urged the Zuni people to accept the Christian religion and pledge their loyalty to the king and queen of Spain. The Zuni people resisted. Coronado overpowered them and drove them out of their own village. So sadly, there were a lot of people at this time who fought about religion. And so Coronado wanted to make them become Christians. And maybe it's because he thought that it was going to be a way to help them out, but maybe he also was trying to get some power. It sure seemed like he wasn't living according to the morals of his religion by any means. So he did not do the right thing. He was forcing them into it. Cibola turned out to be a big disappointment for the Spaniards. There were no golden towers, no walls plastered with silver, and no rubies and emeralds shining on rooftops. There were just some simple mud houses. The villages nearby were just the same. The 7 cities of Cibola turned out to be 7 little villages. Now, Coronado was disappointed, but he did not give up. He sent scouting parties, which is a phrase meaning some members of the group who were sent ahead of the rest to get some information. He sent some scouting parties out in various directions, thinking we can still find El Dorado. Now, one day in 1540, one of these parties came upon a gigantic twisting canyon, a huge valley. The walls of the canyon rose up thousands of feet above the river, shining red, orange, and gold in the sun. Coronado's men were the first Europeans to see the Grand Canyon. Wow! And that's what this image is really trying to show. So they didn't realize that that's where they were, but they were the first Europeans and the first people on record to have seen the Grand Canyon. There were surely lots of Native Americans who'd seen it before, but they didn't keep records of it. So these men probably admired the Grand Canyon for a few minutes, but it was not long before they started thinking about the cities of gold again. And then they soon moved on. Have any of you ever been to the Grand Canyon before? Nice. I just went this fall and it's so lovely. I can't imagine just being there a few minutes and thinking, on to get some gold. It's amazing. It's breathtaking to see that nature and how vast and grand it is. The Grand Canyon, of course. So it's kind of strange that they only took a moment and then they kept going on, but Coronado had a very specific goal in mind and he wanted to keep going on with it. Now, Coronado and his men spent the winter on the river called the Rio Grande, which in Spanish means Big River. It is not far from where Santa Fe, New Mexico is today. Then they continued their explorations. Although Cibola had disappointed him, Coronado had discovered rumors of another golden city called Quivira. So he marched northeast to find this city. But when he got to the place where the Native Americans had said Quivira was, he found only a small village of Wichita people in what is now Kansas. There's even the town of Wichita, Kansas, which is named after them. So he found the Grand Canyon, he found Wichita, Kansas, the Rio Grande, but no golden city. This time, Coronado did give up on finding the cities of gold. So in 1542, he returned to Mexico. Although he and his men had not found what they were looking for, they had gained great knowledge of this new land. So that is Coronado. We're going to hear on Friday about Spanish North America, some settlements that are built there. So pretty interesting. It's fun to see and hear about the overlap between what we learned with the earliest Americans and now with the Spaniards coming through. So that is all for today. I think there were a couple of questions. So why did Coronado and others explore what is now the American Southwest? To find El Dorado, the city of gold. That's right. And what did he find instead? Wichita, Kansas, the Grand Canyon, all of the Zuni villages. But he did not find El Dorado. So that is all. We are going to take some notes and watch a couple of videos also on El Dorado tomorrow. But this is all for today's video. I will talk to you all soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye.